In a world where hopium and common sense collide, starring the CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Welcome to Debate Crypto. Welcome to another Magic Money Monday. It's your boys, CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Bro, every time our intro comes on now, recently, and it just made me think of it because I just did a video on it, but
you see your beard, right?
Really makes me miss my beard. I can't lie. Guys, if you are in the live chat, make sure that you X out at some point for us. Smash up the likes. It would be super appreciated. We love every one of you, and we want to give you support, so give us some support. Let's see. What do we have on the podium tonight, Miguel, for this Monday evening?
We got a Metaverse Moonshot, right? We're going to be covering that project. It's a big risky project, but it has potential. And then we're going to be covering the fastest growing altcoin out there. So stick around to find out what that is.
Heck yeah, let's get right into it. Without any further ado, let's do a market watch. So the entire market is, let's see here, market cap $2.554 trillion with a T. That is actually a nice little bit down. We are, let's see here. Well, I was going to tell you what we were down, but I don't know why hold on a second. I had the glow. Oh, there it is. It's down 0.95%. I got to tell you, Miguel, at 2.55 and only down 0.95%, that tells me that a number of projects propped up some of the space. So probably Crypto.com and a couple other ones. Let's take a peek here. Hold on a second. Bitcoin down. Ethereum down. Binance Coin down. Tether, well, that's not fair.
But they're only down like 1.5%.
Agreed.
It's now like
we're
down 20%.
Agreed. But something's got to be propping it up. I mean, everything, here's what it is. It's XRP. I mean, XRP up 0.76%, bro. I mean, it's life-changing. So I'm really glad that XRP was there to prop us up. Yeah, let's see. Oh, even, you know what? Even Crypto.com is only up 1.22% today. So at any event, just down a little bit, no big deal. We are coming back. Miguel, what just quickly thoughts? 56,785. Are we going up or down from here the rest of this week?
The rest of this week, I think the lowest we would go would probably be somewhere in the 54 range, maybe a smidge 53, but that is worst case scenario. I think we're going to probably hover around here and then start moving back upward.
Yeah, I'm hoping we don't move too low, but ultimately, you know, the market's been funny. When we were talking to Ben earlier today, BitBoy, when he was on the show earlier today, it was like, this is not what we thought was going to be happening. But again, you know, it happens. Here we are. Let's kick it off with a project that I'm going to guess a lot of you haven't heard of, okay? And this is a Metaverse project. You guys have been asking for, the people have been asking for Metaverse stuff. So I want to start off with a Metaverse project. This project is called Netverk, okay? Netvrk. Let's take a little peek at, was this the video that I watched? Hold on one second. Let me see here. Maybe, yeah, let's take a little peek at this.
Network.
Oh, they say it network.
Three years ago, we began building a virtual reality universe. Where anyone can use their imagination to create their own virtual worlds. Today, we are thrilled to demonstrate the power of Network's VR sandbox, where users can seamlessly create their own virtual universe.
Wow.
Meet other people, earn money, and so much more. All you need are Network's user-friendly VR tools and the power of your imagination.
Okay, so we're not going to go too far into that, but I got to say...
That was a wild video, I can tell you that.
Yeah. And it goes farther into it. It shows literally everything from a nightclub all the way through to driving vehicles. And so as we kind of look into it a little bit further, essentially it was, let me go back here, get out of the video. Maybe we'll get out of the video. Why am I not getting out of the video here? There we go. Okay. It's a super interesting project, and they are partnered up with a number of people. You can ultimately buy different assets, right? It says the network token can be used to buy assets within the VR reality world you're in. So there is a network token. They're calling it network. It's just the V is obviously it's probably something foreign, Assets include buildings, vehicles, houses, many other things. You can buy actual land. Just like in the offline world, land is a valuable commodity in the VR world within the network. Tokens can be used to purchase land in prime real estate hotspots, such as overlooking the beach or right in front of the city. You can buy ad space, generate NFTs, staking. Miguel, this is the kind of thing that we've been looking for. And it's so wild because we don't know yet. We're still so early. We don't know yet which projects are actually going to make it, right?
Yeah.
We see these, there's a lot of money invested. I think it says down here, let's see here. We've got, I was talking about the gaming market, $45 billion, VR market, $26.8 billion, global VR user base, 80 plus million, and it basically goes through and it says, hey, look, here's the problem. There's not good quality content, right? And there's not a number of ways for people to monetize their activities within the VR space. So that's some of what Network is trying to solve. So I think it's really interesting. What are your initial thoughts, Miguel? Before I'm going to jump in and show you real quickly the tokenomics on it and a couple other things.
Yeah.
But what are your initial thoughts when you see this?
Yeah, my initial thoughts on this project, I think it brings a very good concept when it comes to virtual reality and what it's saying, right? These other projects are lacking certain things that make the metaverse more interactive. And I think this project has potential to do that. And that's the kind of thing that we need to be seeing more of, right? And like you said, we don't know which project is going to make it. We're kind of like just in the .com era where there's a bunch of companies coming out. A lot of them are doing the same stuff, but everyone's doing a little different. Only a few will survive. The majority will die out.
Yeah.
So it's good to hedge your bets in the metaverse game to see which metaverse will actually thrive.
Yeah, my question becomes, you're looking to invest like some, let's say like some real capital. You really need to be convinced of what you're getting into, right? And this one seems like it has a whole lot of potential. So we'll kick over onto the tokenomics. Let's check it out. So ultimately, what caught my eye here, Miguel, was why or how did we not get involved in the pre-seed sale or the seed sale? We're talking 4 to 7 cents. What?
That's wild, man. That is
Network right now,
wild.
guys, is at $5.40, something like that, somewhere over $5. Let's put it that way. And so I think that's super, super interesting. And then it goes through and just talks about how, the team has a 12.5% allocation. They're locked for 8 months, right? Their vesting is 28 months. Basically all of just the unless you are like heavy into these projects and really understand the ins and outs, you're not going to probably get into all of this, but I will tell you, you would benefit from understanding everything on this list. It would definitely benefit you. So Miguel, let me get out of the tokenomics here 1 second. Let me see here. Whoops, wrong. There we go. The VR versus the metaverse space, right?
Yeah.
How are they going to complement each other? So, all right, right now people are putting on like an actual headset to do so.
Few people are doing that. Right
Okay.
now, more people get onto the metaverse like Decentraland just through your browser.
Okay.
Right? You're just playing playing a game. You get on your computer and you use your browser to explore the metaverse, and you can do that in Decentraland. Bringing the virtual reality capability to it and making it more of a popular thing is the next level for the metaverse, where you're actually in virtual reality. It's a different experience. You might be seeing the same things, but your brain will not be perceiving it the same exact way as when you see it on a browser versus when you see it in the headset.
Right. I'm interested in, I started to look into the staking because this is something that we are going to be doing through the bear market. We're going to be doing some staking, right? But it's going to be in projects that we believe are going to make it. And I think the interesting proposition here is so the metaverse projects are going to get hit just like anything else, right? That's just a fact.
Exactly.
But is that the opportunity if you're able to get into the right metaverse projects, right? We want to buy at 7 cents, 8 cents, 10 cents, $1, right? Maybe that'll be our opportunity. And so I want to get into this. I want to start roaming around. I want to see, Miguel, you and I are looking for places to meet up. It literally said throughout here that you can do business meetings. You can make your own virtual world. I want to see what that looks like. I have questions, right? Do I need to buy the actual, the room or the business space or whatever? Or can I go into other people's? Is it just an open world where things are being constantly changed? I just have a lot of questions I'm really interested in. But one of the things that obviously we can do on the front end investing wise, because that's what most people are here to talk about, is stake. They have a full maturity period of 150 days. So ultimately, they're giving you 20% APY. This pool is open. And essentially, you're going to be staking for the better part of 6 months. Okay. But you're getting 20% APY. Okay. Now, just let me be clear. When you are staking on stuff like this, you need to understand that massive volatility obviously is still massive volatility. So if you are locking something up for a set period of time, you better be prepared for the fact that volatility is, likely to come your way. I don't want anybody to be, to be sideswiped by anything. So at any event, I think it's a super interesting project, man. I wish, and we actually need to. We didn't get a lot of chance to really dive deep into this yet, so we apologize to all of our followers for not doing.
But it's giving people a heads up, right? It's giving people, hey, this thing is out there. It exists. Do your own research, right?
Yeah.
Do your own investigations into this project. The project exists. It's bringing some VR capabilities. It's doing some pretty interesting things in the metaverse. It's another metaverse project to keep your eye on, to hedge your bets against these other metaverses that have already had massive explosive price action, right? We've seen Decentraland, we've seen Sand up 200, 300% in the past couple of weeks. It's just another project to hedge your bets on. So, we're not here to spoon feed you every single answer out there.
That's a good point.
We don't have all the time in the world to do deep dives on every single project that we come across, but we're giving you guys the heads up.
Yeah, we ultimately, the goal is not just through the YouTube, but we have debatecrypto.academy, where we are ultimately meeting with our DCA fam, Debate Crypto Academy fam, on a weekly basis, not just a weekly basis, but throughout the week as well. And we're putting together game plans to try to ultimately capitalize on this market. Okay. And one of the things that we have been talking about is metaverse projects, because how could you not? In this market right now, you need to understand one thing. This is the future coming. I remember when Miguel and I, side note, but it's about this, when Miguel and I first started talking about the metaverse, maybe, I don't know what, Miguel, 6 months ago, 5 months ago, something like that. I thought, and this is a true story, I don't even know if I've told Miguel this, I thought this man was crazy, right? I was like, yeah, this dude's drank a little too much of the metaverse Kool-Aid, okay? Because he's telling me about all this augmented reality and people are going to be walking around and it's going to have like their relationship status over top of their head and they're really not going to be dressed nice, but you're going to, now this is obviously augmented reality, but they're going to have on NFTs. So, they're not even going to have to do their makeup. And I'm sitting here thinking, damn, this dude has been drinking the Kool-Aid. And you know what? The crazy thing is that Kool-Aid that I thought you were drinking, I've been chugging on it, bro, because ultimately it is where we are headed. We are headed there. And I'm super interested to see the cream rises to the top. So this is one of those projects, guys. It's still early, right? Let me pull up real quick. Let me share the screen on the just to show where we are here.
Where we are,
right here. Boom. I'm going to pull this up. Network. Okay. All right. So $5.44, like I said. And ultimately, let's take a peek, right?
Share your
The
screen.
market cap. Oh, I didn't share it? I'm sorry.
No.
I thought it. I'm like over here just like cruising along. All right. So yeah, the market cap is at $5, or I mean the price is at $5.48. The market cap's only at $168 million. So even at $5.40, because there's only a 31 million supply, right? This does say self-reported circulating supply versus the max supply of 100 million. Okay. But the market cap's 168 million. That to
It's got
me
room to run.
has room, not just room, but if this ends up being one of those projects, you know what I mean? Like the project that we're about to talk about right now, if it gets to be one of those projects, we'll look here in just a second.
I mean, just compare it to some other metaverses, right? Compare it to Sand.
Yeah.
Compare it to Decentraland.
168. Let's look at Sand real quick. Boom. Sandbox is at 4.4 billion. That literally was 168. That is almost a 30x from there. Hold on. Now let's check Decentraland, right? Woo! $7.3 billion, right? And we were at 1.6. So we're literally talking about a 50x almost from where, or 40 anyway. There is a lot of room to run, and I'm rooting for this one. This is one that Miguel and I will tell you guys, again, not financial advice. We're not financial advisors. This is one that Miguel and I are talking about doing some business in. So don't say we didn't warn you. We gave you guys the scoop here first, and we're looking forward to digging in a little bit further into this. We always do a lot of research before we actually jump in to projects like this. So we're going to do some more research. We will circle back around and give you guys a little bit more love and information on the project. But I think this is one that you guys should definitely be looking at.
So we got a good question here in the chat before we jump onto the next topic.
Yeah.
They're asking, what champions did we get in the Red Village airdrop? So let's show off those bad boys.
Yeah, we can do that. Hold on. Give me 1 second here.
Bad boys real quick.
Let me get 1 second here. OpenSea. Boom, boom, boom. Let me go ahead and share my screen while I'm pulling up OpenSea. Bada bing, bada boom. We got OpenSea here.
Dude, I'm so excited for this Red Village game. Yeah, I think this game's got a lot of potential. You ready to share your screen?
Yeah, I did share it, right? I mean, you guys can't see my freaking MetaMask password, so it doesn't really matter. All right, bada bing, bada boom, and
I think this game is gonna be huge. If anyone has any potential of what I've seen what Zed Run's been doing, I think this game is right there on exactly what Zed Run is doing, but with a way bigger audience, because Zed Run horse racing is such a niche thing. Yeah. RPG style games is a huge audience.
Yeah, it's crazy. So just so that you can feel how this happened. So we bought 2 of these blood portals that are on the far right. Then after 72 hours, they opened up. Each of them opened up and let a warrior go, right? We have Oswin Reed and we have Rage Cut, okay? When we open them up, we can look at some of their, so you see our dude right here, right? And you go down and you look at their properties, and it basically goes through what their traits are: bloodline, background, breed, character class, genotype, hairstyle, war paint. Here's the thing. These guys here are not ultimately going to be, we're not going to know what they're really worth until a couple more drops happen, okay? Because the game hasn't even begun. And so this is another one where we want to tell you, this is one that we're obviously already invested in because we bought the Genesis Bloodline, right? We're hoping that this does what Zed Run does. I will tell you this. The people that are big time into Zed Run bought a bunch of these. Okay, they are partnered with Zed Run in a way. Yes. They're partnered with Chainlink. They're partnered with
Sandbox.
Sandbox. I mean, this was no joke. This is a big game. I'm super freaking excited for it.
Like I said earlier, if you understand what Zed Run has done, the levels of profits that game has created, and the level of money that the early buyers of the Genesis Bloodline horses, right? The Nakamotos, the Zabos, the Finneys, the Buterins at the Genesis level, which is what exactly what we bought here. We bought the first bloodline. So this bloodline is the equivalent of the Nakamoto bloodline in Zed Run. It is the most rare bloodline. We're going to have 5 more bloodlines coming out after this one. They're all going to be Genesis-like level, right? Like the horses. And then from there on, we'll start seeing the breeding happening and creating new champions from new champions' blood. But this is going to be the top of the line.
Yeah.
So right now we have an R3, which is technically the lowest of the new bloodline that came out. But in long-term reality, an R3 is going to be extremely valuable to what is valued at today, since it's the only ones out right now.
Yeah, and there wasn't really the R1 to R3 we looked at it. It was a very small difference of a few warriors in terms of the number that were out. More of it is optics. It just says, "Oh, I got an R1 versus an R3," when there's like 6 more characters.
Not just that, but the properties of our guys, like the guy we saw earlier, the druid, right? He had 2 characteristics that were under 1%.
Yep. And
right?
So did
this guy. This guy's also has 2 qualities under 1%. Right, armor color under at 2%. The lower the percentage, the more rare this item is. Right now, the bloodline says 97% Genesis. That's because they're only Genesis out there. Right. Eventually, there's going to be other bloodlines out, and it's going to make this bloodline even more rare because there was only 5,000 Genesis warriors created. The next bloodline is going to be the Mystic, and they're already going to release 6,000. So there's a whole another 1,000 besides the Genesis, and now 6,000 more. We have 11,000 champions in total, and less than half of those will be only Genesis.
Somebody asked about an airdrop. My understanding, and this might have been what you're talking about, T, and maybe I misunderstood. I see that you asked if we got the free airdrop for having the champions. I could totally be wrong, and we'll have to look further into this. But my understanding was that the airdrop was for having the blood portals that gave us the champions. Like, that's what I think the airdrop was. I could totally be wrong.
Okay? He's mentioning something about the Discord saying that they're airdropping a level down warrior.
That'd be dope.
That'd be awesome. I'm going to be looking at. I'm actually going to take a look at the Discord right now.
Yeah, check that out.
But you can keep going. Keep going with the next thing here.
Yeah, so this next one, not a surprise here, Avalanche. Avalanche has been like an avalanche lately. Absolutely just blasting. I mean, just running, right? It has been absolutely ripping and running. Avalanche, essentially, let's scroll down here, right, is a smart contracts platform, okay? And let me get down to where, okay, so let's compare it, okay? We're going to compare. Now, I hate doing this, but let me say full disclosure before I do this. This is a marketing technique, okay? You are being sold Avalanche right now when you see this, okay? So just keep that in mind. But transactional throughput, this is saying how many transactions per second can this network push through? Bitcoin 7, ETH 14, Polkadot 1500, Avalanche 4500. Big difference, right? So it's super fast. The energy efficient, they're using CPUs, not GPUs or ASIC miners. So it's supposed to be more energy efficient. I think that's all FUD anyway, but it's there, right? The number of validators, right? Thousands of nodes. That's going to speed things up, as it relates to how fast things are, and it's going to be more secure because of that. And then we are at proof of stake. I think Avalanche, when we messed around with Avalanche the other day, I had to buy Avalanche and Wrapped out to do the time staking. And the thing that I will say I noticed once I figured out that I just had things set up a little bit wrong when I was initially buying the Avalanche, it was fast. And the thing that I noticed the most, Miguel, you already know what it was because I'm always looking at it. The money, the fees on Avalanche were absolutely freaking non-existent. And I was super, super excited about that. You definitely can't complain about that. Miguel, actually, because I bought extra Avalanche, this is really funny. When I bought the Avalanche, and I didn't buy much, but I still have like one extra Avalanche, and I think it's up. I'd have to double check. I don't have my phone sitting right here, but I think I'm up like 30+% on the Avalanche that ultimately I bought and didn't really mean to buy as much as I did. So it's always nice when when a project is running. So what do you got on Avalanche, Miguel?
So I was looking at the Discord for the champions, the Red Village champions. I don't see anything in the Discord. I could be completely overseeing it, but I don't see anything talking about another airdrop happening for anyone that's holding a champion. The only airdrop that's mentioned was the airdrop of the original champions from the Blood Portals.
Okay.
So
yeah, that's what
Avalanche,
I thought. I wasn't sure though.
Yeah. I mean, Avalanche, right? It's had a huge ecosystem growing so rapidly at such a fast pace in a small period of time that it's a huge competitor to Ethereum. I'm not saying it's an Ethereum killer. I don't think there is an Ethereum killer, but it makes a very strong competitor when you have such a strong alternative with very low gas fees, right? We jumped on Avalanche to do the Wonderland time staking, and it was less than a minute. Avalanche was from point A to point B. Gas fees were minimal.
It was quick. It was seconds. Yeah.
Yes, it was minimal, super minimal. Right now, anything on the blockchain for Ethereum, unfortunately, is kind of gassy. And we tried to put the champions up for sale and set up your wallet to do that, and it was like $60, $60 to make the transaction to make the Warriors go for sale, right?
Yeah.
So that's ridiculous. And when you have alternatives like this, developers will be jumping onto these platforms. Users will be jumping onto these platforms to use the dexes to do whatever they need where they can pay the least amount of gas fees, right? Because gas fees, at the end of the day, I see them as taxes. And you go where there's the least amount of taxes required of you to exist. And these ecosystems like Avalanche providing very low gas fees is a big incentive.
Yeah, no doubt. I actually shared my screen here, Miguel. We bought those, I think, on the 18th, and Avalanche was at about $96, right? And we are at $133 as for the price of the asset. So I was right. It's gone up literally like 30+%, which has been really exciting. The market cap on this one is at $29 billion. Now, let me just say the all-time high, I believe, is like 142, I think. It's about 142. I was looking a little bit. I tried to zoom in a little bit. It's kind of hard to see on this form. But ultimately, I just want to say that 148, it looks like it wicked up to something like that. It is incredibly dangerous. Just keep this in mind, in my opinion. And again, not financial advisors, but it's incredibly dangerous to buy the top. Okay, so we always wait for pullbacks. Now, have we had a little bit of a pullback right now? I mean, we're down 1.58% today. And let me see here. I wanted to see. That is not what I meant to hit there. I was going to zoom out a little bit. Let's see here. 9th. We're on the daily. We are... Yeah, I mean, we've just been running. So that correction is so small as we zoom in here. This is on the daily, okay? So 23rd, 22nd, 21st. We have been running since the 18th. Up, and we've had a really small correction with a really low amount of volume. So that tells me that it's trying to make a decision. Which way are we heading? And I'll be interested to see what kind of a breakout we get there, because it is literally a spinning top right now. If you don't know what a spinning top is, that is the definition of a spinning top. And ultimately, Miguel, a spinning top is generally very bullish, right?
Very bearish, you mean?
Or very bearish, I mean. Yeah. Very bearish. It's basically saying, listen, we've got no real volume, and we ultimately are doing a whole lot of nothing, but the little nothing that we were doing is headed to the downside, and the bulls aren't really fighting back too much on it, is what it looks like for right now. But that's just because it's probably way oversold.
Overbought.
God, overbought. So Miguel will be doing TA this evening. CryptoKeeper is going to sign off. Have a good night, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like
that's
you can
probably
see
way
you
overbought.
can see these last 3 days, right? These last 2 green candles before the red one,
Yep.
massive wicks from the
Yep.
top down, meaning there's a ton of selling pressure,
Yep.
and then we're losing steam, and now we get this doji spinning top style candle, meaning that it could be indicating a reversal trend, right? We've been going up, and you kind of hit that peak of the roller coaster, you slow down right before the and you come right back down. Not saying that's going to be a massive drop, but the markets right now are very shaky. People are panicky with the whole Bitcoin Mt. Gox release situation. So the crypto markets are very fragile right now. So could we see a pullback? Of course we can.
Yeah.
Does that mean that Avalanche does not have a long way to run up when altcoin season really pops off later in this year? So keep an eye on Avalanche. And it's not just about Avalanche, but it's about what Avalanche is building and the projects that are building upon Avalanche. Because yes, Avalanche's market cap is 29 billion. There are projects building on Avalanche right now that have way lower market caps that you could be getting into, and obviously succeeding in those very lower smaller market cap projects that are built on Avalanche, just like many projects are built on Ethereum and have succeeded.
Yeah, I think it's one of those projects that you're going to see being used more and more and more because of the benefits. Now, you're still going to have the fact that the ETH is still, at least now, still king or queen or whatever you want to call it. It is still sitting on the throne, and I don't see that going anywhere anytime soon. They actually on AVAX, they're at $29 billion market cap. I think ETH is at like 500 billion. Yeah, almost 500 billion. You'd almost think I pay attention to ETH. You know what I mean? And so my girl here is sitting at what, 30 times? Oops, that is not what AVX.
Traveler, what in the world?
There you go, AVX. Yeah, so I mean, literally, we are almost 20x from where ETH is, and ETH is going to continue to run. Miguel, what do we have in the? What do we have?
Yeah, so we have some good questions here. So we have a good question from AI Dawson or All Dawson. Says, is $110 buy for AVAX good? No, we're not saying or giving financial advice saying that $110 or we're at $134 right now a good buy for AVAX. You got to determine that for yourself. We're just saying that the technology that AVAX is providing, the alternative to the gas fee situation that it is providing, is very, very bullish. The ecosystem that is building and the projects that are being built on in the dexes, they have the Trader Joe dex, they have the Pangolin dex, right?
Yeah.
Very, very good for gas fees, for getting a lot of trading pairs out there, a lot of alternatives.
But it's a 16% correction. That's a 16% correction from where we're at. So it's a lot better than looking at 133 almost at the top.
Well, there you go, right? So you got to take that for yourself, right? You got to take that consideration in for yourself. If $110 makes sense for you. We're just saying the potential that the project has, the things that are being built on it, right? We know Wonderland Time it was built on it, and there's a lot of bullish things happening, a lot of risky assets, but Avalanche is a hedge, right? A hedge against Ethereum, a hedge against the projects built on Ethereum and the gas fee alternative. So that's what we're focusing on here, not initial price points to get in, because we can't give you that kind of financial advice.
Somebody asked Miguel, and I just pulled it up just because I want to look at it. Somebody, and correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody said, does UFO Gaming Tokenomics look good? Is the game released playable gameplay? Well, let's take a peek. I'm going to guess that this is what he's talking about. UFO Gaming, Metaverse Supergalactic. Miguel, have you seen that?
No.
This is
the only UFOs I see are outside my house.
Earn with Metaverse Virtual Land, ERC 720. Okay, cool. Treated as NFTs, Virtual Land is dedicated supply of land available to be minted, while some can be purchased through open auction with UFO tokens. Okay. First game in the UFO Metaverse, an RPG style game. Oh, you lost me. No, I'm just kidding. RPG style game where you actually know it's the what is it that I hate, Miguel? Turn based.
Turn-based.
Yeah. RPG style game where you use UFO to mint characters and complete quests, in-game NFTs. This is really interesting. Oh, hold on a second. Multi-chain. So we've got Polygon, Avalanche, Binance, Cardano, Solana, Cosmos, and what's this one? Do you know what this one is?
I think that's H-bar.
No, I don't think so.
I think so.
Okay, well, not sure on the last one, but in any event, it's super interoperable, right? Now let's see if we can find Miguel.
But is it really? What does that even really mean?
Well, they're just, I mean, it's just saying that it's operating on, hold on a second. I was trying to see if we had, let's see here. I don't want to look at the white paper. Well, I guess we kind of need
some DEXs, DEX tools, Uniswap, CoinGecko.
But what I'm
Doesn't
wondering,
really have anything going. I mean, where's the game? I don't see the game anywhere.
Yeah, that's that's kind of what I was just wanted to pull this up just to see if there's any sort of a let's see here, audit technicals. I was just trying to see if there was any sort of a timeline. Sometimes they have a little bit of a timeline. I don't see. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to look farther into this.
I'm agreeing with Bart over here. Website's looking a little super rookie for such a big vision.
Yeah, I have no idea.
There's not a lot on here. Just a big promise. Could they succeed? Maybe, but like it says right there, welcome to the dark metaverse. I think it's a shot in the dark.
Well, let's let me look at this and see if I can pull it up on Coin Market Cap. Let's see if it's even on Coin Market Cap. UFO, I think it is. Yeah. UFO Gaming right here. Let's see.
This is not the
Oh
UFOs
boy.
I thought we were going to be talking about.
0.00. What'd you say?
These are not the UFOs I thought we were going to be talking about.
0.00004042. What a surprise. It is. Hey, it says
market cap is 1 billion already.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So it's let's see. Max supply 25757575757.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bart here one more time. Right here, rug pull loading.
Yeah, I don't know. We'd have to look at this a little bit more. I have no idea. I just wanted to look into it for you. So the short answer is I have no idea. So
yeah, I've never heard of this game. Never heard of this token.
Yes, it was on Avalanche. Was one of the options. It was on a bunch of different.
I mean, just because it's being built on Avalanche doesn't mean it's a guarantee winner, right? There's been a lot of things built on the Binance Smart Chain. Binance is an amazing ecosystem, amazing project, and there's been a lot of rug pulls built on the Binance Smart Chain. I'm not going to say Crypto Blades was a rug pull because it's not, but they might as well have pulled all the profits out of that game and kept you stuck in there forever.
I want to answer one more question here that I saw farther down. Peter Marassi says, hey guys, love your live shows, learn a whole bunch. Would you guys stake in Crow at this point or wait? So Crypto.com is at an all-time high, I believe, literally just about right now. I mean, I think it got up to 79 cents or whatever. We're right there. But I still believe, here's what I would say on this. Again, not here to give you financial advice, but here's what I would say. I personally wouldn't be buying right this second. I will be waiting for a pullback. But I don't believe Crypto.com is going anywhere over the long term. Do I think there will be, but you're not asking whether you can buy right now. You're asking whether you can stake right now. And the reality is if you're already holding the asset and you want to give it a go and you're going to hold it long term, then I would say this has still got a lot farther to go. With everything that Crypto.com has their hands in, I see this going a lot farther than just a $20 billion market cap, a lot farther. So I don't think that, especially if you are ready to hold long-term, and when I say long-term, I'm talking years, right? If you're prepared to do that, I see no real downside, I don't think Crypto.com is going anywhere as it relates to, you know, staking some grow. I don't know, Miguel, different thoughts?
I mean,
Or?
dude, absolutely not, right? They just bought that arena that they renamed it. They're definitely not going anywhere. They're
Staples Center, yeah.
yeah, they're setting their stake in the world and saying, "Hey, we are here. We're not going anywhere." They have that partnership with UFC where all the UFC fighters wear Crypto.com shirts. Everyone wears a Crypto.com shirt in the UFC now. So they're definitely not going anywhere. They have their credit card, they're staking, they have incentives to use their card, their debit card, whatever is linked to crypto. So they're definitely have a long way to go. And I honestly don't think that they have anything to worry about in the long term.
Yeah, I totally agree. I do want to say before we jump off here, so Ryan said UFO is actually a huge name within the crypto gaming community. So let me just say, I just personally don't know it, but I heard Ben Armstrong, BitBoy, yesterday talking about a project, and this UFO, now that he's saying it, is kind of ringing a bell. I'm not sure if that's it, but his Pluto Alliance NFTs. I heard some sort of a partnership with a UFO type game that's happening, and is a pretty large project. And with that being already $1 billion, that looks like a pretty large project. And so I will go ahead and throw this out there to our community. We apologize just for not knowing, obviously, right? We can look into it a little bit farther. This totally could be something that maybe we just don't have the info on. So that is what that is.
Exactly right. This is something that just got pulled up from the comments, and we just looked at it real quick right now. So it is what it is. We could be completely wrong on it. So that's why you always got to do your own research.
For sure. So listen, crypto fam, if you are in the chat, will you do me a favor? I'm going to give you about 8 seconds here. If you could X out of the live chat and just smash up a like before you leave, it would be really appreciated. That's one of the hardest things. I don't know why people don't want to spend the extra, half a second, but I'd really appreciate it if you do that for us. Show us that you care. Show us that you show YouTube that you like our content. We're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to push out content. Guys, we're going to be doing a lot of educational content coming up, okay? We're going to be stepping up. Miguel and I were talking about it before the stream. We're going to be stepping up, putting our foot on the gas, okay? We are planning on doing multiple educational videos. We're going to be diving into projects. You're going to see a lot of videos that are going to be 5 to 10 minutes long, talking about new stuff coming out, talking about certain projects, talking about educating you on something simple as far as setting up a wallet, what to watch out for. All of these things are going to be coming, okay? And be prepared. You're going to see videos with just me. You're going to see videos with just Miguel. We are working, and then you're going to see our live streams together, obviously, right? You're also going to see some other tape stuff. We've got Crypto Jeb coming on next Thursday at 3 p.m., right? So another big name on the show. We've got Hotep Jesus lined up to get on here. I think we're going to end up having Wendy on again. I think we haven't had Wendy on Debate Crypto, but I've had her on my TikTok. We are bringing a lot of people on to the show because you guys like it, right? You guys have been asking for it. So our promise to you is 2 things: education, right? To then help you with that game plan. And we give you that commitment, and we will stand by it. If you are looking for a more personal touch as it relates to that, we've got debatecrypto.academy. And just as a little side note right now, we are going to be, if you sign up right now, we're going to give away probably the best book you could ever read in as it relates to the crypto space. Anyway, you see it behind Miguel as well. The Bitcoin Standard. Am I paid to promote this? Absolutely not. Should I be? Yes, because I talk about it all the time. But we're going to give this away. If you get the all-in package, it is a month-to-month thing. You're not committed for any amount of time. We are definitely doing multiple things throughout the week where you have direct access to us, and we would love to have you join the DCA fam. That's debatecrypto.academy fam. So
100%.
Dotchin, I see you in the chat. Remind me, shoot me a message that you signed up within the time period of the Bitcoin Standard. Do that for me. Shoot me an email just so that I've got it, and we'll get that over to you. Because Dotchin, what I need from you is I need you to email me obviously your name and then your address so we can get that over to you. Guys, if nobody's told you before today, Miguel and I freaking love you. We appreciate all that you guys do,
100%.
all the support. And until next time, hodl
Huddle
like
like
it's
it's hot.
hot.